Okay, it's May 3rd, 2025. Just opened up this new paddock for the sheep. They've been moving every 4 to 5 days right now. It's a little bit longer than they really should be going, but it's what we've got time for. Was able to fit in everything else. This is the paddock that they just came off of. You do see a lot of bare on this line. That is where I did some subsoiling about a month and a half ago, somewhere in that range. The guardian dog, she loves to dig up along there too and make these big trenches, so I've been backfilling those with composted mulch. But anyways, that's the paddock they were just in. Before that, they were in this paddock, and then down the hill there, which you can see really good regrowth, and then up the hill there. Really the best of our forages are from this line down the hill. It's where we put the most concentration early on, the most seed down. It's the closest to everything that we had, so we knew we wanted to focus on that versus trying to do little bits everywhere across the field. It's been decently wet until recently, and now we're starting to get into some dry spells. Nothing terrible, but it is drying out some, and it's gotten hot really quick, so a lot of the cool season stuff bolted a little bit early, and really just is bolted, struggling to thrive at this point. We'll start transitioning into more warm season grasses when we're seeding behind them. But you can see we've got radish, rye, there's some winter wheat coming up, oats, dog bane, the vetch has gone to flower now, a lot of chicory, red vein sorrel. There's really a mix of all sorts of stuff in here, and they've been mowing it all down pretty well. They've been leaving a little bit of the rye behind, actually, which has been interesting. This is a spot that I mowed not terribly long ago. There was still a lot of broom sedge holding up from over the winter, and then the chickens were actually on this relatively recently. They're of course tractored, and we seed behind the tractors. We've got lambs in there currently, as you can see over there. They stomp in some of that seed for us, and I've actually been feeding the tree fodder behind the tractors to get a little bit more lamb pressure back there. Now, as I said, this area was pretty heavily broom sedged. It's still coming up, pretty well. That's going to be a long-term thing here, is trying to knock all that back. And for now, it's going to be doing that with the chicken tractors, the sheep, any other grazing animals we may bring on, spreading compost. Soon I'll be spraying some fish fertilizer, and then I may do a liquid lime application as well. We did fence out these trees on this rotation, get them a little bit more energy into the roots before we open them back up, as the sheep will come back through this area in probably about 2 months or so. And at that point, I'll allow them to do some grazing on the trees, probably for a day or so. We do have them fenced out of the fruit trees that are along the back. But this is what it's looking like. As I said, this is one of our worst paddocks that we'll be grazing at the moment until they move further up. And everything further down was doing really well. You can see though, some of these areas look great. They will end up grazing back into here just as a very narrow strip, because of all the fruit trees planted along here. But it's been a fairly warm winter, followed by very cold, followed by hot very quickly, and now we've kind of dropped back into a little bit more reasonable of temperatures. Got some good clover here. And everything's going pretty well on that front. So hopefully we get enough moisture to keep germination going up well and really see these pastures flourish.